Hello students, let's discuss this question. I hope you have read that question. There are two blocks of weight 20 Newton and 100 Newton and which are fixed on a wall and pressed against a wall. One block is like this and another block is like this, and there is a force exerted on this and they are pressed on the wall. This is 20 Newton and this is 100 Newton, right? The question what is asked is the frictional force applied by the wall on the block B is, this is block B, this is block A and this is block B. So now let's draw the free body diagram. This is block A, this is force acting on it, F, 20 Newton is acting on this, right? So since this is pressed against this, block B will exert a reaction R1, let us say, onto this. Similarly, to balance this 20 between A and B, there will be a frictional force, let's call that F1, acting on block A in the upward direction. So if I draw a free body diagram of block B, this force will be equal and opposite on that. So this is R1. This force will be equal and opposite on this, so that is F1 in the downward direction. Plus the weight of this is going to be downward, that is 100 Newton, right? Now wall will exert a reaction R2 onto this, right? Now F1 and 100 Newton are acting in the downward direction. To balance, to oppose that, there is going to be a friction F2 in the upward direction, and if you see wall here, equal and opposite force will be there on the wall R2 of this and F2 in this direction. Clear? Now what is comforting in this question is they have asked the frictional force exerted by the block on the block B. So we just have to find out F2. If they would have asked you what is the force exerted by the wall, then you would have to find R2 as well as F2. But they are not asked that, they just asked frictional force. So we just do this. Now that's very easy since F2 has to be found out. Since the block, this block is vertically in equilibrium, F1 has to be equal to 20 Newton. This block is also in vertically equilibrium position. So I'm going to get upward force F1, F2 and should be equal to downward force F1 plus 100 Newton. Okay, and F1 is 20, so this is 20 plus 100, 120 Newton. Pretty straightforward, right? Because the frictions are balancing the weight of both the blocks. Clear on that? So it's pretty straightforward question.